Hello, it's the Bad Mini Painter. You guys didn't really seem to give many fudges about my last Kroot video. And I don't know if the YouTube market for Kroot videos are oversaturated or you guys just don't care. But I'm going to keep on trucking because I pre-ordered a lot of these models and I'm going to paint them up and I'm going to do videos on them. So, sorry. Anywho, the last model I put together went together really nice, no problems. This one, on the other hand, can go to hell. Especially the beast was incredibly difficult to put together without leaving huge gaps. It was unintuitive and fiddly and I didn't like it at all. So, fuck you, Game Workshop. Yes. So, for the lava fiery skin, I decided to do a gradient. And that means that I start with Bad Moon Yellow, and while that's still wet I go in with the Yarden Yellow, and I slowly work up towards the middle, leaving Bad Moon's Yellow in the middle. Then I do the same thing with a Fire Giant Orange, from the Army Painter. And I still have version 1 of the speed paints, so reactivating. And finally Blood Red, also from the Army Painter, which is a really nice color. Like it's one of my favorite reds for the speed paint thing. And it goes on really nicely, but it reactivates because Army Painters are dumb. I don't know. For the back, Grim Black from Army Painter, and yeah, that's for all the back plates and the scales on top of the model. And as you can see that the gradient kind of worked. You could definitely achieve a better result just using an airbrush, but people tend to dislike videos where you use an airbrush, so let's not do that. So in order to get a little bit of coherency and bring out the scales, I gave it a treatment of Seraphim Sepia. That's the name of it. And I tried to avoid pooling, but it kind of failed. But luckily it could be fixed with a layer of Bad Moon's Yellow over it, so I did that. And I suck at controlling the camera, so I dry brushed all the black parts with ash gray from the Army Painter, and I didn't videotape, I didn't get much of it in frame. I did tape everything. That's such an old word, like tape. We don't put things on tape anymore. Anywho, for the satchel, deep brown from AK Interactive. AK Interactive is just like two thin coats, pretty awesome in the way that the colors flow really nicely and have high pigmentations. I still have to give it 2 coats, but you can do that without everything blocking details and stuff like that because it has nice pigmentation. I also used the deep brown for part of the rider, as you will see in a minute. I just forgot to record it because I'm good at YouTube. I used the dark brown for the handle on the beast thing and for the coat on the rider. And you can see I used the deep brown for his ammo satchel thing. Natural steel for all the metal parts, and that's rivets and belts and well, of course, on the rider it's for the gun and for his ammo pack thing, because that made sense to make that natural steel. And natural steel is a bright version of a lead belcher. It has the lovely quality that it won't clog up, so you don't destroy details by using it. That's nice. It doesn't really seem to kill brushes the same way that lead belcher does either, but I haven't been using it for that long. So, Oiled Earth from Vallejo is one of my favorite brushes now. I use it for everything metal or brown, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's kind of this oily earth color. It brings out the details really nicely without dulling the colors down too much anyway. You can't really use a wash without dulling the colors a little bit. And on the rider I decided to use it for the gun, for everything. All the parts that was painted on him currently. Got a nice little layer of this as well. I highly recommend it. It's way cheaper than acrylic shade and it works better. So what's not to like? Orange brown on a dry brush, where most of the paint has been wiped off, of course, and then I just kind of stab it on all the leather. And I do this to add wear and tear and make it look like it's been used. And the stippling or stabbing, I call it stabbing because that's the motion. It gives that effect really easy and nicely. I found that I think Ogrin Camo from Citadel is the best base color for Kroot skin, so that's what I'm using. Just remember to thin it down a bit, because even though it is a layer color, it's thick. Due to the reasons, I guess. I'm using my soon to be dead, but absolute favorite brush. For the spiky hair, the weird dreadlocks, whatever these guys actually have, I use Berserker Red from Two Thin Coats. It's a deep red, kind of like corn red, but darker, softer. And then I use Demon Red from Two Thin Coats to highlight, and it's kind of Evil Sun Scarlet meets Mephiston Red. It's a really nice color, I think, and it's super easy to use for highlighting because it flows really nicely off the brush. To add a little bit of interest to the metal, I select some parts and I give them Retributor armor, and that's simply just to break up the silver and silver. Now to shade the skin, I do a 50-50 mix of Athonian Camo Shade and medium. I actually think I used Speed Paint Medium from the Army Painter for this, and it's simply just to dilute the green a bit, so he doesn't end up looking like a black orc. For the beak, Reichland Flesh Shade on top of the white primer. Easy peasy. And then I decide to hide this with my hand, but what I do is I use Skulker Yellow to do the eyes. Yes, I need better angles, but look, eyes. And the finished result looks like this. Now, I do bad and good models. I would say this is like in between. I kind of like most of the gradient effect that I managed to do. I should have been faster with the colors or done smaller areas, but I was afraid of inconsistency if I did that. So it could have been better, but without using an airbrush, I think this is a fairly decent result, and the model actually looks kind of good. I don't want to be high on my own supply, but I have definitely done worse. Yes, that must be the ultimate goal. Just not do as bad as last time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do leave a like and please subscribe if you like this kind of content. If you don't, then don't subscribe. That would be dumb. Have a great day, and I will see you soon for another upload.